Well, greetings, it is me, Midinerd, and I'm back for another part of the Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1, the commentary, the movie, the video game, the anime, the manga, the comic books, the live-action TV series, and thank God it's not actually a real thing, because anime will never work in live-action. Neither will video games work in live-action, or any other medium that isn't even fucking live-action to begin with. Because time and time again, they've proven the fact that these companies don't actually care about it artistically. They only care about it for money's sake, and, well, considering how well those adaptations go, yeah. And don't you dare try to convince me that one or two fucking examples suddenly proves that they can't fucking work. No, they fucking can't. Stop, just... I don't understand why the fuck there's people... Like, why do you people want Dragon Ball to be in live action for, and why the fuck do you use Zack Snyder and fucking... Zack Snyder's god-awful Man of Steel movie and Shang-Chi as proof Dragon Ball can work in live action. Also, I should mention Dragon Ball's fight scenes are not as fucking chaotic as Man of Steel's. And if you still say that Dragon Ball Z's fights are like that, you clearly never saw the series and you're just a normie. Which I'm not sorry to say, and I have a lot of negative things to say about that, and I don't want Dragon Ball in live action. I don't want anything I like in live action because, again, they've proven once again, time and time again, that they can't fucking do it, and they don't even care about it artistically. They just see it as, well, a cheap way of making money, and it really just goes to show. Especially with the Sonic movies, which I fucking hate, and I'm so sick and tired of just people saying, oh, but they're not that bad. They're actually fun little family movies. No, they're terrible family movies. There's way better family movies out there. Like, oh God. But enough about adaptations that will never work, because live action is overrated as shit and is much better when it's just, you know, original content. And also, the novelty of live action completely fucking wore off after the MCU became popular. And because now everything's gotta be a cinematic universe with a bunch of Easter eggs, references, and unfunny memes, meme type of humor shoved in, Keep in mind, I'm not against meme humor, it's just... I don't know how best to describe it, it's just, okay, not meme humor, it's mostly like... but specifically, I meant to say MCU type of humor, because... The MCU has some of the worst fucking humor I've ever seen in a piece of media, and... Back to the gameplay, yeah, we're finally fisting off number 19. Who is a, Wait, what the fuck is he supposed to... Oh yeah, I can't believe I just forgot he's a fucking clown. Oh my god, I should have recorded this much earlier during the day, but I'm doing it at nighttime because I'm an idiot and I like to procrastinate. But yeah, your health is actually draining up until it gets to the orange part, and yes, unfortunately, I had to turn back into base form Goku. Because the game would not just let me fucking beat 19 as a Super Saiyan. Is there anything else I want to discuss? Can't really think of anything. Trying to think. I guess I gotta talk about the character models. Goku's is decently good. The movement is pretty limited, but I do think he looks the best out of everyone. Gohan is... It depends which model. Piccolo, he's better without his cape on, to be honest, and... Okay, the models... I won't say they're bad, but they're not necessarily... Well, they do look decent for for the time, and... Well, they do resemble Toriyama's art style enough, but I do think it depends on character to character, and... It's honestly a shame that, this is the only one that doesn't actually have the shell-shaded look. But, oh well. This was still the time when game developers were still trying to figure out how to actually make, anime games, you know, look like... Make anime games into 3D, because it was a really difficult time back then. And, oh, here's a little fun fact as to why the hell the game devs decided to make Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 in the first place. It was because of the success of Hokuto no Ken on the PlayStation 1. Which that game exists because they decided to cash in on some nostalgia, because Hokuto no Ken was... Wait, how fuck old was it? Oh yeah, it was like a decade old by that point. No, nearly a nearly 20 years old at that point. And here's a Super Saiyan Vegeta. And I guess all I'm gonna say is, honestly, the only time I think Vegeta is Cell Saga. Yeah. I honestly think the only time the Cell Saga armor looks cool is when he's in Super Saiyan. It's really just because I think the colors of Vegeta's blonde hair and the navy blue, not navy blue, the dark blue suit he wears, they go pretty well in my opinion. Anything else we want to discuss? Also, I don't know why, but I don't know why, but I always, like, every time I look at the characters, I always think that when the Super Saiyans, they're slightly buffer, but they don't actually seem to be buffer. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks or whatever, but... And, yeah, 19 isn't too bad when you're playing as Vegeta, which kind of makes sense given the fact that Vegeta was actually stronger than Goku was, because Goku had the heart virus. And yeah, for the first fucking time, Vegeta actually surpassed Goku. Which in the English dub for some reason they changed to being, well maybe Vegeta might be stronger than Goku, because why, I don't understand, and the dub Dragon Ball terrible, but I don't want to talk about it ever again. Although, that being said, ever since I said what I said, how I wasn't going to watch the Buu Saga dub, I was considering it, maybe reconsidering watching the dub for the Buu Saga, just out of pure curiosity, just to hear what it sounds like. And with the Buu Saga being my favorite arc in the anime, I guess it wouldn't hurt to rewatch it again. How long it's been nearly a year since I rewatched it. Just give it 2 more months, and I can't believe we're nearly in 2024. 10 years ago, I started my journey to becoming a media nerd. And it sure has been an interesting decade, let's just say, of being a media nerd. Feels weird, like, knowing about these franchises for so long now. Both ones I'm into, and things that I have yet to actually consume, and have wanted to consume, but I haven't because of money, poor time management on my part, and everything else. And why the hell is 16 not here? Oh yeah, that's another thing too. They cut out 16's fight with Cell. I don't understand why they cut out some of the fights in this game. Like, they have the models for like some of the characters, and you do have characters like Midoriya, who is a playable character. So why can't we fight him in the actual game, in the story? I mean, that's kind of weird. And also for some weird reason, hang on, let me just give this a second to while I'm recording this, I'm not recording it in the video editing software. I'm recording this on a different program and having to watch it on the video editor, and so it might be off sync. So let's give it. Yeah, actually, yeah, fuck it, never mind. Actually, is that the road? I can't tell because actually I think it's the same generic destroyed grassland, because we were fighting on, well, they were just about to fight on the side road, but all of a sudden now they're not. I don't know why they just swapped it out for that. This, I mean, yeah, they do fight, at the end of that fight, they do fight. Fuck, I can't, never mind, stop. Stop being such a nerd, media nerd, yep. And yeah, 18 actually, I think she beats my ass here. No, she doesn't. I actually thought I might have lost to her, but no, I didn't. And yeah, I lost to her. I detransformed, which again is really annoying. And I'm not sure if I explained this in Budokai in the previous video, not Budokai, for God's sake, like I can't speak, brain, words not working. Yeah, in Budokai 2, they fix this problem by having your key meter actually stay, just not actually decrease at a certain point. Which is a much better, it was honestly way better than what the first two games did. And you can also upgrade it to actually last longer too, when you're in a transformed state, which is honestly pretty cool. It also like gradually gets it also gradually grows when you like have used almost all of your key. It will slowly build up again up until that certain point, which is helpful. And yeah, we're going back to Goku's side of the story, and now we're actually playing as Piccolo. Kinda sad we didn't get to fight in the city, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think, did we? Yeah, there are city levels in there's a city stage, I mean, in 2 and 3 and Infinite World, which is Budokai 4. Why the hell was it not called Budokai 4? I don't know why. It's strange. And I wish it was released on other consoles, not just the PS2, which I get why it was released on the PS2, because like the PS2 was a successful console and it was still, you know, it still had life left in it even after the GameCube and Xbox completely just, well, were discontinued in like 2006 to 2007, I think, but whatever. But even still though, most people would have, yeah, most people like probably didn't even tell it was a Budokai 4, and sadly, yeah, it's a PS2 only game, and we're probably never gonna get another port of it because of, well, Kenji Yamamoto's plagiarism. And so we're never gonna get a proper hasty collection of the series, because we'll have to put up with the inferior music replacements. And it probably wouldn't be the original game graphics. It'd be this overly shiny shit, which I don't like. I much prefer the look of the original PS2 games, even the first one, because oh boy, the first one just doesn't look very great on modern, like the HD collection version of it. The original one is decent, but water is so good and delicious. But yeah, we're finally facing off Imperfect Cell, and we're playing as Piccolo in Goku's side of the story. It's strange, but whatever. Not gonna lie, I think Piccolo is one of the more easier characters to play as. I don't know why, but I find him and Vegeta and Gohan to be slightly more easier to pick up and play compared to Goku. I'm not saying Goku's like terrible to play as, it's just I always seem to have an easier time playing as these three specifically. I guess maybe because with Goku they want you to get good at the game, or I don't know. Although and yeah, I was actually able to pull off the Makanko Sopro pretty well. And I think I was able to do some other moves. I don't think. But yeah, I think this was part of the time during the yeah. I think this was part of the, I can't speak. I think this was the part of the game where I actually started to get better at doing the button prompts for some of the special moves. Well, until the finale of the next part, which... oh man, all I'm gonna say is... actually no, I'm not gonna spoil it because we're not there yet. What else? Oh yeah, here's a fun little fact, in case I haven't said it yet. Piccolo's voice actor... shit, I'm so terrible at pronouncing names, and I do remember his name, but I don't remember how to pronounce it anymore. Damn it. Even though I know how to pronounce it when I'm talking with my friends on Discord, but for some reason in a recording, I'm just terrible at pronouncing names. His name, what was his name again? Damn it, I can't believe I just forgot. Uh, To? I can't believe I just forgot. I know his name, but I just can't pronounce it. All of a sudden, god damn it. But yeah, Piccolo's voice actor, his Japanese one, he also played as Shin in the original Hokuto no Ken anime. And he also played as Ataru Muraboshi in Urusei Yatsura. An anime that my friends know very well because of how inconsistent an inconsistent relationship I've had with that anime and manga series. I can't believe I got into that series like 4 years ago, and I still have not finished it. I kind of missed 2019 when I got into that series back then. But hey, maybe by 2029, I'll feel nostalgia for it and I'll actually finish it. Who knows? And yeah, we're finally getting the fight against 17, who is honestly one of the most lamest characters in the franchise in my opinion. And the only time I ever cared about him was his fight with Piccolo and Future 17. And the main reason for that was because of how in the Trunks special, he's very fucking creepy. Like, damn, bro, like the future versions of the artificial humans are something. And it's a good thing in the present timeline, or the main timeline, the androids are not actually evil. Which I know sounds a bit strange to all those who aren't familiar with the franchise, but to be fair, with time travel, slight changes can happen and stuff, but yeah. I just realized I had an awkward pause. Yeah. This is one of the many times. This is one of the. I can't speak. I'm terrible at explaining. Yeah, am I gonna use the Hellzone grenade right now? Yeah, it seems as if I am. Yeah, this is when I started to actually get good at the game. Well, as I mentioned beforehand, with the cell fight, I actually got good at the game. And yeah, what was the tangent I was gonna go on about? Oh yeah, about 17. I don't understand why the hell people like him so much. Why the hell did Super bring him back just for him to be an overpowered character for no reason other than because the plot said so? And why the hell did he never come back in the future Super storylines? I don't know, and I don't honestly care anymore because Super isn't actually canon despite what people think. Because Akira Toriyama himself said that Super and GT are not actually part of his original manga. The original 42 volumes of the manga are the only actual canon ones, canon parts of the series. Super and GT, for GT he said it's just a grand side story, and for Super it's a casual continuation of his original series. And yeah, that does help a lot. And I know it's strange that for GT he calls it a grand side story, meanwhile Super is the casual continuation. But really doesn't matter either way because both are fucking terrible. But I will say I do think GT is better when it comes to reviewing, because I honest to God I never want to review Super or talk about anything regarding Super because it just gives me a headache, and I honestly feel as if, well, what has been said already. With tons of YouTube videos from like when Super was airing up until now, and tons of Twitter posts and stuff and and I'm just done with Super as a whole. I just don't give a shit about it anymore, and it's just, it doesn't provide me with enough material to, you know, poke fun at, make fun of, or criticize. I mean, it does, but like with GT, I honestly feel as if there isn't enough discussion talking about why it's bad. And I feel as if people don't explain enough why it's terrible. At least in my opinion. But back then, people used to shit on it a lot. It was like the punching bag of the Dragon Ball franchise. Until like Super, like specifically it was around the Goku Black arc or the specifically around the Tournament of Power saga, where everyone just starts turning on GT slowly but gradually. It was more like GT actually wasn't that. Actually, GT wasn't actually that terrible. It's actually decent at times. But as the 2020s came, people started now saying that GT is actually good and objectively better than Super, when it really fucking isn't, and it's just as terrible as Super, if not at sometimes worse. And as for why I want to review GT is because of like the Baby Saga and the Super 17 Saga, which the only reason why I want to review the Super 17 Saga is just a meme on it. And as for the final storyline, it's regarding the ending, which I fucking hate, and it's very pretentious, very unfitting for Dragon Ball ending, and the AMV ending, which doesn't even work as well. When you take off the nostalgia glasses, you realize that ending is just not that good at all. And yeah, and enough about that. Let's talk about Super Vegeta versus Semi-Perfect Cell. And I think, yeah, Vegeta's muscle mass does actually increase in this form, and they sadly don't bring it back in the other Budokai games. They even make Vegeta's hair more slightly spikier, even though I don't think that was the case. They do start putting more detail in, well, around this point, Super Saiyan hair started to become more detailed. Probably because Toriyama's evolving art style, but also because it was also because the form was, the characters were they were slowly starting to master the form. And the true mastered state of Super Saiyan is just, the regular Super Saiyan, not the overly buff, going overly buff and shit. It's just, the regular Super Saiyan, but with more detail in its hair, which looks a bit more compact compared to the more, I guess compact's probably not the right word, but that's the best way I can explain it. And yeah, I'll show a picture of what it looks like here for those who aren't familiar with the Dragon Ball series, because I know not everyone is into Dragon Ball. And also, I just want to say big thank you to all my viewers who have been watching my videos and they're actually getting a bit more views, which I legit did not expect this at all. And thank you all for actually helping me get more views. I was not expecting that. Granted, you're probably not watching it for long periods of time, but oh well. Yeah, and I also realized we're near the end of the video too. Like, I can't count. I'm terrible at counting. I used to be really good at counting when I was a kid, but then I got worse when I became a teenager, and yeah, it sucks. And I would like to reiterate again. Okay, that was awkward. I did not mean to stop there. I'd like to reiterate again that we don't get to fight Cell. We don't get to play as Trunks to fight Cell, which is unfortunate because he is playable. Both his how he looks at the beginning of the story up until his what he looks like when he gets out of the Room of Spirit and Time. I hope to God, to all my Dragon Ball homies, have I done a decent job explaining anything at all? I hope to God I have, because, oh man, I feel as if I've kind of gotten something wrong, or I've explained it in the worst way possible, because you guys know how much of a fucking train wreck I am whenever I open my mouth. Like, I'm a complete mess when it comes to just speaking in general. But you guys generally get what I'm trying to say. But to anyone who isn't a Dragon Ball fan, I hope I explained it well enough. Then again, and it's only like 1% of the viewership that's actually a non-Dragon Ball fan. And I only know that because, well, he literally stated that he's not a Dragon Ball fan. To anyone who else who isn't a Dragon Ball fan, am I explaining anything well about this game or franchise well at all? Or am I doing a terrible job? But yeah. By the way, I do want to say I do read comments and I do appreciate it whenever I get a new comment because like it lets me know that I'm doing well. But yeah, for a few more things I want to say before we get to the end, before this video ends soon. Cell's model in this game, with perfect form specifically, looks pretty good in my opinion. I think it's the best model in the game. And I was gonna bring up a other tidbit about him, but I'll save that for the next part. And yeah, I was actually able to pull off the final flash, which if you noticed from one of the other videos, it looks like a certain other attack Vegeta did. I guess you could call the first time he did something like that the first flash. I'm so unfunny. But yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the video now, so I'll just end things off here. And we're finishing it tonight, goddammit. And hopefully I'm not too tired enough to the point where I have to re-record it again, like this one and the previous video. But yeah, see you all next time, and get ready for the Cell games.